It is Friday, starting off the vlog how I have been normally starting off the vlogs, which is leaving the produce guy. I got 3 bags of produce and a cantaloupe for $7 this morning. So, it's so funny because, again, like I was telling you guys last week, she was like, talking about how, or she asked the guy, like, hey, the farmer, like, how much for the cantaloupe? And he, like, looked, and then looked at me. Sorry, I'm having an ocular headache right now, and it's driving me nuts. It's fucking with my vision really bad, but thankfully I don't have far to drive. But she was like, how much for the cantaloupe? And he was like, $1. So I got a cantaloupe for $1. But I'm excited because they post every morning on Facebook, like, what they have. So I look through it and make sure that, like, they have stuff that's on my list. And they didn't post the cantaloupe this morning. They only posted the watermelon. And so I was like, dang, I wish they had more fruits. Because I would love to also get, like, our fruits and stuff from them because they're so affordable. I.e. the watermelon for $1. And then they had the cantaloupe this morning. They're definitely, like, fresh farm grown cantaloupe because they're small, but I'm hoping they're gonna be really sweet and really yummy. So that's something exciting that Luca can have, because I think he has had cantaloupe, but it's been a while. Y'all, this ocular headache is getting worse. Glad that I'm back home. It started before I left, but every time I have an ocular headache, at first I don't ever realize what's going on until, like, my vision is starting to get compromised, and then that's when I'm like, oh, it's an ocular headache. It's almost taken over my whole left eye right now. I hate it. It's like you're underwater because, like, everything's like this. Anyhow, Luca is down for his first nap right now, and I forgot to turn my thing off. Luca's down for his first nap right now, and when he wakes up, we're gonna do lunch, and then we're gonna head into town because he has a hair appointment. He's getting his first haircut today. So we've noticed that he's been pulling at the hair on the back of his neck, and the hair around his ears is just really long, and I think it's starting to bother him. So we're gonna get him a trim, get him some shaping done. I'm very excited. We're taking him to a little kid's place, so hopefully it'll be good. Hopefully it turns out cute. Hopefully they don't butcher it. Because his hair doesn't really, like, grow fast. So we'll see how it turns out. We're also going to go ahead and do our grocery shopping today. We have kind of a small grocery list. It's nothing crazy. Since we're already going to be in that general vicinity in the town with the Publix. So instead of going back into town tomorrow, also, we're gonna knock it out today. So hoping he's gonna take a good nap, but not too long of a nap because his hair appointment is at 1. So I'm hoping he's gonna take about an hour nap, and then we can get him up, do lunch, and get him to his hair appointment because it's gonna take like 30-ish minutes to get there. So here's a before of this long hair. We are back home now. We went and got Luca's haircut, did our grocery shopping, came home, put him down for his nap, and I think he's about to wrap up his nap, which is wild because I feel like I blinked and it's over. But his haircut. So everything was fine when we got there. He was like checking it out. He was smiling. He was happy. We put him in the little car. He was still happy. He was playing with the car. And then the lady was like, can I put a cape on him? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I don't want his little hairs to get all over him and like poke him. So she went to go put the cape on him. He panicked. That was the downfall for him, was the cape. And I think it was because it reminded him of like either the hospital or the doctor's office, like having to go in the MRI machine. They put a gown on him, and I think he was like unsure of what was about to happen. So we switched from the car to me holding him, and I held him while he got his hair cut. We basically just got it cut off of his ears and off of his neck, trimmed up a little bit all over. Nothing looks drastically different. So I'm thinking possibly next time, maybe like not taking him to a kid's place and possibly taking him to like a barber or something, because it's not anything impressive. I feel like I could have did it almost. But I guess we paid for the experience and his lock of hair and a couple photos from them. They gave us like a printout sheet of like a before and after photo, but the before and after photo pretty much look identical. So anyhow, he got his haircut. So Kevin is out working in the Connex. I'm about to start dinner. He's gonna wake up here soon. And then, I don't know how long Kevin's gonna work outside for, but exciting-ish news. They finally announced the Disney Pin event that is going to be happening this fall, and I just called Disney and booked our room for it because last year the hotel booked out. So they announced it a couple hours ago, and I snagged a room real quick. So we officially have a place to stay. Do we have tickets for the event yet? No, because they have not dropped the tickets, and they haven't even dropped a date when they're dropping the tickets. So we at least have a place to stay, and that part is exciting. So something to look forward to is that vlog. Was I vlogging last year when we went? I don't think so, because we were still at the rental. I may have vlogged. I don't remember. But last year was pretty fun. Luca was still pretty young, so I don't know how this year's gonna go with him and like keeping him entertained, because it's a lot of like waiting in lines and stuff like that. Last year he slept a lot because he was so small. He was about, I think, 6 months old. So anyhow, I'm gonna start dinner. I'm gonna make the creamy burrito casserole, but I make Kevin and I separate because he can't have refried beans, but I love refried beans. So I make his with taco meat and I make mine with refried beans. It's so good. So I'm gonna go start that, hopefully not wake Luca up in the meantime of starting it. And then that way we can have dinner. He's already moving around, so. It's off his little neck. It's not touching his ears anymore. Let's see the front. It's not the best, it's not the cutest, but it'll do for now, you know? It's not touching the ears, which is the biggest thing I think was bothering him, the ears and the neck. Hers and his. Luca got some melon from this morning. I just had some of it. It's freaking delicious. Make sure that his stuff is cool enough. It is. Yum, yum, yum. Good morning. It is Saturday morning, and we just planned an impromptu Father's Day event not event, like small gathering here at the house. So, but we're gonna have both of our dads come over, and I'm going to cook ribs and mac and cheese and green beans. And I'm gonna do a homemade bread dipping. I'm gonna do a homemade bread dipping sauce. I'm like, it might be easier to do 0.5. So Kevin had to go run an errand this morning. So I also sent him to Walmart to pick up a few things for tomorrow. So that means today I need to do a little preppy prep of some stuff here around the house for tomorrow. So that's my plan with that. I'm playing with Luca until his first nap, which is about in an hour. He slept in today till 7:30, so still quite wobbly. So yeah, that's my plan with today. I was going to like make some bread today and just kind of like had some other things on my list, but now that I'm kind of looking at everything that I need to do today, I don't actually need to make bread today. So I'm going to make bread probably the beginning of the week, like maybe Monday or Tuesday or something. It doesn't need to be done today. So I got one loaf in the fridge that I have thawing. So I've got out a cheese board that I haven't opened up yet and even looked at from our wedding. This was like the reason that I wanted to keep stuff from our wedding, like, new. So then I felt like, oh wow, like, okay, we're gonna have a little party. I've got a brand new whole like cheese board tray system that we got and haven't gotten to use yet. So anyhow, I pulled that out because I'm gonna do like the bread loaf on there, and then Kevin's going to pick up some like meats, like some salami or something, like the bite-sized ones. And we'll do that with some cheeses and stuff as like an appetizer, kind of like pick while we're getting everything else ready. So yeah, that's my plan for today. Come along with me while I figure all that out.
What's up, y'all? So I've been out running errands today, and it's Father's Day weekend. I took myself to the store and got myself a little present for the house for all of us to enjoy. I hope it fits.
Kevin got us a new TV.
So I made it back home, and Gabby has already cleared off the TV area. And I'm gonna try and put this monster in there. All right, well, it fit. And of course, we put Luca's favorite show on currently. Looks like we gave her a makeover. What do you think, Luca? You like it? Not right now, Dad, I'm eating. Anyway, success.
All right, I made Luca the same pouches that I made him last week, which is mango, apple, spinach, banana. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 pouches this time around. I used a little bit more spinach than I did last time, and I used 1 less banana. So I'm gonna pop these in the freezer so he can have them for this coming week. Also made unsweet tea and sweet tea for tomorrow. Got our ribs thawing. I've got the meat thawing for tonight because I'm gonna make cheeseburger egg rolls with keto egg roll wrappers. So I got a bunch more of mason jars. I got these ones, which are the 16 and then I got 32, and then I still had a decent amount of 64s. So I didn't pick up a pack of 64, but I sanitized all these this morning in the dishwasher and just put a few things that I needed in them. I'm gonna vacuum seal this, which is my white chocolate chips, because I don't plan on using them anytime soon, and it just keeps them better longer. I got these ones. But I'm about to clear off an area in here for all of my empty ones so I can go and grab them. I'll probably do like the bottom rack or something. But eventually I would like to put this stuff, like the powders and stuff, in mason jars, because my goal, so the look for in here is all of our own floating shelves on this side. We're gonna do the buffet here with floating shelves above it, or a tall hutch, whichever I find. And then I would like to get some stuff for this wall. Nothing crazy that sticks out super far, but maybe some like of those, I can put in some photos of what I'm thinking, but like I would like to get like a spice rack, but if I get a buffet, I may put the spice rack above the buffet to put like this kind of stuff on. And then maybe like a cutting board thing, or I'll show you what I mean, because it's kind of confusing. I don't do well like explaining what's in my head out with words, but I'm just trying to get this stuff kind of like figured out as best as I can. But the sweet tea today, I went ahead and I put my tea bags in here, and I had some extra sugar, so I put sugar in a 64 also. But I'm just slowly getting this organized in here, and then it will become disorganized when they do our flooring. And I'm hoping around that time we can also figure out like working on this room once they contact us for the flooring, so we have a better idea of like the time frame that we have. But that's my plan. All right, so now all of these are clean and ready to grab for anytime I need something to store something in, which is exciting. I also have these ones that I can put over there too. That way I know these are also clean. So we got this little like craft crate from Walmart the last time that we were there just shopping in store. And I've been really enjoying it because I can come in here to the pantry and I can look at everything I need for my like meals and fill this up with all of my items and do one trip and then one trip back. So it's been very helpful. I'll show you in a second. So like I was able to put all the stuff that I needed and I didn't have to do multiple trips. So little hack, if you've got a little bit of a walk from your pantry to where you do your cooking, grab you one of these from Walmart. It's pretty sturdy. I'm also gonna start taking it when I go to pick up my produce. So I'll have it for that too. So just handy. So I'm just getting all this stuff out to make my egg roll wrappers that I'm gonna make in a little bit. Luca's naps have shifted, which is kind of annoying that his naps have shifted because now they've shifted closer to dinner, and that means I don't get like a second break. I literally have not sat down today and it's 3 o'clock. I've yet to sit down. And I also feel like I've gotten stuff done, but I also feel like I haven't gotten anything done. It's the weirdest feeling. I've already done like a bunch of dishes, cleaned out our pantry a little bit, cleaned it up, and I'm just like prepping for tomorrow. So I'm gonna do, even though I don't usually mop on the weekends, I'm gonna do a mop tonight. I'm gonna mop Kevin and I in our room. And then that way the floors are good for tomorrow, since we're having Kevin's stepsister's coming over and it's gonna be her first time seeing the house. So I just want the house to look like good, you know? So anyhow, back to Luca's naps. They have shifted. So now his morning nap is about 30 minutes later. So he goes down at 10:30. And then his afternoon nap, he's going down more around like 3:30. He was going down at 10 and 3. So now it's 10:30, 3:30. So, yay. But I'm hoping that these egg roll wrappers are gonna be good, because they call for apple cider vinegar and I hate apple cider vinegar. So really hoping that this doesn't give it like a apple cider vinegar taste, because I don't like it. All right, I just made the dough and I put it in the fridge because it has to sit for 10 to 20 minutes to become less sticky apparently. And then roll it out thinly and then cut into squares, and that makes the wrappers. And then you fry it with this is how to make the insides. So I wanted to go ahead and get the wrappers done because I didn't know how close Luca's nap was gonna cut it to dinner. So by going ahead and getting the wrappers done, I don't have to worry about that. So everything else is pretty quiet. I came in the room to sit down for a second, and a second quickly turned into like 40-ish minutes. So I put Luca down for his nap. He's still awake. He hasn't even fallen asleep. He's been in there for close to an hour now. So I have a feeling he's just going to skip his second nap and then go to bed a little bit early tonight. But the issue is I need to start dinner, and Kevin is working on cleaning up our front porch. So our front porch just became like a catch-all for everything. So he has pretty much cleaned it up. Let's see. Oh my god, our TV looks so good. I'll give you an overview real quick. Oh yeah, our front porch is clean now. So that's exciting. Ready for tomorrow. The outside windows need to be freaking cleaned. That's gross. There's poop, but like it's animal poop. Like Kevin said that it's lizard poop, but I've yet to see a lizard here at our new house. I'm like starting to think lizards don't exist here, but I'm like, what is shitting all over our windows? Like, I bet it's frogs. I bet it's tree frogs. It's tree frog poop. It's about the appropriate size for frog poop. So anyhow, let me give you a little overview of our area now that we have a giant TV. Wow, who is she? So that was Kevin's Father's Day to himself, which I'm here for because it benefits the whole family. But I'm about to start making the filling for the egg roll wrappers, and then I'm frying these, which I don't normally fry these. I normally air fry these, but I'm a little nervous with changing the dough that they do need to be actually pan fried. So I'm gonna fry them in avocado oil, and that won't take long. All right, so that was kind of like essentially kind of like the corn dogs in a way. The egg roll wrappers did not make as many as it said it was going to make. It said it was going to make 10. Let me count how many it did make, but it definitely wasn't 10. I think it made 4, 5, 6, 7. It made 7. So they're definitely not as thin as they should be, I guess, but I was trying to roll them out thinner and they just kept ripping. So they're kind of ugly, but hopefully they're delicious. I think I'm gonna end up having my meal here. Put this kind of back over here. I'm gonna have mine on some bread, and then I'm gonna let Kevin have these because it didn't make as many as I thought it was going to make. And we have a bunch of filling left over. So me and Luca will have filling up. I might put his on some bread too. And I just let Kevin know that dinner's ready, but he's not getting my messages. Like, it shows that he's not reading them, and I can see he's out there still working. So I'm not sure if he has his watch on him or not, but it's looking like we may just go ahead and eat dinner ourselves. And then when he comes in, I'll get his reaction to them. But I am going to try at least one of them so I know if the dough wrapper is good or not, and if it compares to the corn dog one. I'm very curious. So let's, whoa, my child is on the run. Hey. All right. Cut one of these in half for a photo so I could also try it. But these are a little thick. So I definitely think they needed to be thinner, but I couldn't make them any thinner, so. Wow, those are absolutely delicious. He's gonna love those. Wow. And you can't taste the apple cider vinegar, and I also can't smell the apple cider, Keys nose. I also can't smell the apple cider vinegar, like when I was rolling the dough out, so I guess while it was sitting in the fridge, that kind of like dissipated, but wow. All right,
so what is this?
Cheeseburger egg rolls.
It's just like a freaking cheeseburger.
These are the ones that I used to make all the time.
I know, but I have bread with it.
And then you went keto, and I couldn't make the wrappers anymore. I couldn't use the pre-made wrappers anymore. Homemade wrappers.
Really good. 10 out of 10.
Good morning. It's Sunday. It's Father's Day. Luca's having breakfast. I already had my coffee, and I mopped last night. I woke up this morning to the cats leaving me a lovely poop nugget in the middle of the floor because they were like, you mopped on a Saturday night, Mom. What the hell? I'm gonna leave you a present. So clean that up. So Kevin is running to the store really quick because I need eggs. My intention was to ask our neighbor for eggs, but now that it is Father's Day morning and I realize that I don't have enough eggs to do what I need to do today, I don't want to bother them. So he's just gonna run to the store and grab some really quick and then come back. And then I'm gonna pre-batch make Luca's pepperoni pizza puffs for the week. I think it makes 12, maybe, regular size muffins. So usually he can eat like half a muffin to a full muffin. So it also says they freeze well, so that'll be good. So yeah, if they're delicious, I may also eat them because it says they don't freeze but up to a month, so we'll see. And then also for Kevin for breakfast and I for breakfast this week, I'm making everything bagel chaffles. So chaffles are like a keto waffle alternative made with like cheese. That's why it's called a chaffle, not a waffle. And these are everything bagels. So I'm gonna slap some cream cheese and some everything bagel seasoning on them, and then those are gonna be done for the mornings. So that's exciting. I'm gonna knock those out. And then everything else that I have to make today is gonna be for tonight, but I'm thinking everything that we picked is pretty easy. So hopefully it won't be too overwhelming or anything. House is picked up, so I just have to do like one final walkthrough before people come over, maybe one last vacuum before people come over, and then pretty much that's it. So just for the truffles and his pizza puffs, I need 5 cups of mozzarella cheese. So I've got my food processor out, and I was going to food process my cheese for the week to get it ready, but then realized that Luca was done with breakfast. So we're gonna cuddle until Dad gets back, and then once Dad gets back, he'll take Luca's cuddling over and hang out with him, and I'll knock out these 2 recipes, and then we can kind of just do whatever Dad wants for the rest of the day until probably like Luca's second nap. And then around Luca's second nap is when I will start getting the house ready and preparing everything else for dinner tonight. Okay, so these are my waffles for the week. I already put Kevin's in the freezer and one pulled out for tomorrow. Luca's got his pizza puffs cooling for the week. These turned out beautiful. Very excited to see what he thinks of them. They smell delicious. So we just had lunch, and I had one of the puffs. Luca had a half of a puff, and I think he could have eaten a whole puff because he devoured it. He absolutely loved it, which I'm excited about, but like, why wouldn't you like it? It's literally pizza. So those I will be making again for sure. They were super, well, they weren't, I wouldn't say super simple, but they were not horrible. So anyhow, the ribs are in the oven, and because we're making 2 racks of ribs, halfway through you have to flip the bottom rack with the top rack. So that's cooking off. I've got the green beans prepped, so all I have to do is season them and throw them in the air fryer. I've got the cheese cut for the cheese and bread board. All I have to do is make the oil for the bread, the dipping oil. So yeah, not bad. Both of our dads are obsessed with getting photos of Luca. So for Father's Day, we decided to get both of them an Aura frame. And we had to move our Aura frame to up on this shelf. So earlier Kevin drilled a hole in the back of the cabinet so I could feed the like power cord through. So now that we have this big TV, it can't sit down here anymore. but I really like it on that shelf. It kind of like makes it seem like it's cordless because you can't see the cord at all. So it's kind of exciting. But the other frame just arrived. So Kevin went to go grab it from the front and I set the other one out on the counter. We're gonna have to go to both of their houses and set it up for them and then load it up also for them. But yeah, I'm excited. Is that Kiki?
Gentle.
All right, we got their picture frames. I've got my new charcuterie board that I got from our wedding out. Super cool. It opens up and has the little cutlery inside and everything. I got my oil made. I just have to pop the vinegar in it last minute. The bread is fresh and cut. I've got the cheese already cubed. So Luca's down for his nap, but I think he might not take it. We'll see. Y'all, this looks so good. I am like so proud of myself. Literally does the bare minimum, impresses self. Our green beans are in the air fryer. Our ribs just came out. I've got our mac and cheese in the oven. And I think I mentioned that Kevin's stepsister is going to bring a homemade cheesecake. So I'm very excited about that. Kevin went next door to tell the neighbor Happy Father's Day. So I'm watching the gate because I have a sneaky suspicion that they're gonna show up early. Normally they do. So, yeah, we are pretty much ready.
You said you had an interview.
Yeah.
Keep that slab crystal clean.
You just
refeed
part
them.
time.
Well, that was a successful Father's Day get together. The ribs turned out so good. Oh my God, I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but I just got a toy thrown at me. Luca's doing bath time. He decided that he was not going to take his second nap. So he's pretty tired, a little cranky. But we're knocking out bath time, then we're going to do bedtime, and then I have the whole kitchen to clean up. And then I'm going to relax for the rest of the night. Tomorrow we have a doctor's appointment back in Jacksonville. So that kind of stinks. But trying to not, oh my gosh, trying to not harp on the doctor's appointment, huh? Beep, beep, boop. Beep. Good morning. It is Monday. Last night went so well with the dads. My dad doesn't get to see Kevin's dad all that much. I think honestly the last time they saw each other might have been my wedding. So it's nice to get them together. That's good. Kevin's stepsister brought a yummy cheesecake, which she left the leftovers here for us. So last night after we put Luca to bed and got the kitchen cleaned up. We had a little bit more cheesecake. It was so good. So I'm just going ahead and preparing Lou's breakfast. I pulled out his muffins that I made a couple weeks ago from the freezer. So I'm hoping that these are still good. They seem very moist still, like incredibly moist. So I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna give him one of these to go with his chocolate muffin. He's got half of a chocolate muffin to finish up. Kevin was telling me that last week that Kevin loved his chocolate muffins that I had made for him. So this coming week, I'm gonna make him some blueberry muffins. So hopefully he thinks they're just as yummy as the chocolate ones. All right, so he's got apples, which of course he went for first because this boy loves his apples. Then he's got his chocolate spinach muffins, and then he's got his banana zucchini muffin. Yum. I'm gonna enjoy my coffee, and then I do have breakfast for myself this week. So I made the truffles yesterday. I made a big batch of them, and the recipe that I made, what do you call it when you times it by 4? I times it by 4. So then I can make sure that Kevin got 2 a day, and then I had some in the fridge for this week too. It was supposed to make 8, and it ended up making 13. I think I made them a tad smaller than they were supposed to be, but that's okay because they still look like a full-sized mini waffle. I'm gonna have that probably once I put him down for a nap, maybe. We'll see if I can make it that long. And then, put you guys back in your holder. Then I also got these for him. So they don't open from the bottom, but the next time that I make his smoothie pouches, I'm going to start putting them in these instead of in these, which sucks because these definitely claim that they hold more, but we'll see. These are flat and these are bumped out. So they both claim they hold 5 ounces, but this just looks like it would claim it would hold more. He's watching me and I think he's getting very excited. I'm talking about his pouches. But, oh yeah, I think he'll be fine with that. The thing, and then I like that this clips on. Anyhow, these came with funnels too. It's a pack of 7, and I bought just 1 pack to see how we were gonna like them. These are really expensive, like through Hakka and all of that. But I found some like dupes, and I thought we would give them a try, and if he likes them, I'm gonna order a 2nd pack so then we have 14 of them total, because I like to really batch make his smoothies and then freeze them. And so anyhow, the other ones, they were great, but they were hard to fill. And on top of that, they were starting to get food trapped in areas that I could not get to. Because they're flat and they only open at the bottom, I had to use like a straw cleaner, and I was trying to like scrub all the little corners and nooks and crannies and absolutely could not get some of the food out. So I've been throwing those away. So we've been dwindling down on the ones we have, and I'm thinking that these are going to be a lot better. So we'll see. Got a whole bag of them. I'm gonna get them washed up so they can go ahead and start drying. And then as we finish our smoothie pouches that we have in the freezer, I think we're just gonna start throwing them away because they are getting nasty. And it's kind of sad how nasty they got so quick. Also today, I'm making my new coffee creamer at some point. I believe that this week is butterscotch, So that's exciting. I already did my meal planning for next week. So tonight, probably I'll make my recipe cards and get those printed out. And then tomorrow I'll laminate master grocery list, all of that. So I had a little bit left of the syrup, which I guess I could get through one more day. If I did keep this for one more day, it would be one less thing I have to do today, which would be kind of nice since I don't know why I'm on edge with his doctor's appointment, but I think I have one more day. I have one more day. I'm gonna make my coffee creamer tomorrow. I have nothing going on tomorrow. Move you over here for a second. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have nothing going on tomorrow. I'm about to look. All right, so I don't have to mop today because I mopped the other day. My laundry doesn't need to be done. I just did the towel laundry yesterday and I already started my meal plan. So I literally have nothing to do on my list for today, which is exciting, but I do think I'm gonna move making my bread and making my coffee creamer to tomorrow, so I don't have to worry about that at all today. I can just kind of coast through today and not have anything on my list, which will be nice. So lots of cuddles when we get back. Luca, again, for the past 2 days has been skipping his afternoon nap, and his app is trying to shift me to keep him up earlier in the mornings and get him on one solid nap. But what's kind of weird is he's been skipping his afternoon nap, but his first nap, he only makes it about 3 to 3.5 hours, where he's supposed to make it 5 hours if he's on one nap a day, and then 5 hours at the, like, once he wakes up. And his schedule has been more like 3.5 hours awake, and then an hour and a half ish asleep, and then he'll wake up usually around noon, and then by like 6:30 he's grumpy and like ready to go to bed. All right, ready to like start getting ready to go to bed, and then he'll usually go to bed around 7:30. So I don't know, but last night he did really well with everyone here. He wasn't acting shy. He was being his cute little self. His personality was shining. He was running around. He was playing with his grandma, which I freaking love, and I wish they lived closer. We're trying to get them to move closer to us so we can see them so much more, because they would love it and we would love it. So maybe later down the road, a real estate opportunity will pop up and they will sell their place and move closer to us, and then we can see them all the time. But it was nice to see them. We gave Kevin's dad and my dad their photo frames, which I went ahead yesterday and preloaded photos on them for them. So all they had to do was go home, plug them in, and hook it to their Wi-Fi. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for them to hook it up and start it so they can start seeing all the cute little photos of Luca. I literally started from like his birth on and just added every photo we have that was super cute that I had on my phone. So I think both photo frames have about 600 photos already preloaded on them. And then over time, when I have like nothing to do and I'm just watching TV, I'm gonna go through my phone backwards and then load other photos on it from like other things. So anyhow, I'm very excited. They loved their photo frames. They're both like sentimental photo people, so that's exciting. But I'm gonna finish my coffee and then just kind of take this day slow. I hate that we have to drive Jacksonville, but I'm like, should I get a little sweet treat while I'm there? Treat myself? That was a big burp. All right, I'm about to try one of the chaffles for breakfast, see how they are. That's delicious. Was that entertaining? All right, we are back from the doctor's. We got 1 shot today. And then we have to go back in another month and get another shot. I wanted to start spacing them out because it just seemed like the last time that he got shots, it was a lot on his body. So she was fine with that. So we'll be going back in a month for his other shot. And then she said that he's done with his shots for a while, I think. So that's exciting. So I'm about to start dinner. And tonight for dinner, I am making... Where is it? Creamed cabbage, ground beef casserole, right? Bacon is supposed to be cooked. This happens every time. I always need cooked bacon. Cooked bacon. Oh, I cook it in a skillet. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so I forgot that with this recipe, you cook it on the stovetop. I forgot about that because I never cook my oven on the stovetop anymore. I always just bake it because it's so much like easier, less of a mess. So I'll just do that. Exciting news though, I ordered some new pots and pans because I've had these pots and pans since I moved back to Florida. Okay, they're old. So stopped and got myself a spicy Coke as a treat today. But anyhow, I got some new pots and pans because, like I said, I've had these for a really long time. And they're the non-stick kind, and they're all scratched up, which I heard is really not good. So it's time for new ones. I did some research. I tried to find some that were sustainable, and I tried to find some that were the most non-toxic ones I could find. So I ended up going with, I don't know how to say it, but it's like CAROTE or something. And I ordered them in like a taupey brown. They have the removable handles, and they were like decently affordable for what I got. So I'm hoping, the reviews were really good, so I'm hoping they are going to be really good. I got one of the smaller-ish sets, but it seemed like it had everything in it that I normally use, so I didn't think there was a reason to buy like the $150 set when like the $60 set had everything. Plus the $60 set had less negative reviews than the $120 set, which had different handles. So I'll have to do a little review on them when I get them. They're coming tomorrow, so very quick. Love that. But I'm going to go ahead and start this dinner. Like I said, I'm making creamed cabbage ground beef casserole. Do I need to cook this in the... I do. 350. Go ahead and get that started. Preheating. And I need to Google real quick how to clean a cabbage, because I've never really cleaned a cabbage before, but I definitely feel like I got a farm fresh cabbage this week, and I definitely feel like it's probably needs to be extra cleaned. Fun fact, if you're like me and you don't know how to clean a cabbage, I'm gonna go over it real quick with you, and then I'm gonna start on bacon and start cleaning it. Good thing that I got my salad spinner. She's a small one, but I got her a little while ago and I haven't been able to use her yet. So we're gonna put this little baby to the test and see how she does. But we're gonna take off the outer leaves, then we're going to cut it up, wash it in a colander, then we're going to spin it dry, and then it's clean. So exciting. Yeah, let's get started on this. that recipe wasn't too bad. So I'm hoping it's a yummy recipe. I mean, it should be. It's gonna be different for sure. And I almost feel like I should have gotten 2 heads of cabbage from the farmer, because I think it just said 1 head of cabbage for the recipe, but I think it meant like 1 head of like government grown cabbage, where it's like huge and big, whereas his heads of cabbage are petite and small. So I think I could have used a second cabbage, but now I know if we do end up liking this and I do make it again, to get a second cabbage if we're going to make it. So now it's in the oven for 30 minutes so it can bubble and finish cooking. Not really sure what needs to finish cooking. I guess just the sauce needs to like seep into everything, because the meat is cooked, the cabbage is cooked. So not really sure, but I'm about to tackle the dishes. Lou was not showing signs of being tired, so we just skipped his second nap and he's been happy singing and playing while I've been cooking. He's been such a good boy today. I'm so happy that like the doctor's office didn't mess him up, you know? He was very scared during it. He clinged on to me the whole time and cried half the time we were there. But I think by only having to get 1 shot helped. So anyhow, I'm excited to see how this turns out. Kevin, I'm not sure what time he will make it home. It's 5 o'clock now. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do for Luca for dinner, because this has Cajun seasoning in it. It has Old Bay. So I don't necessarily want to give this to him because I'm not sure how spicy it's gonna be. So I do have pasta in the fridge and I've got red sauce, so I'm probably gonna make him spaghetti, and then he'll be good with that. I'm letting dinner cool. It just came out looking like this. Smells good, so got high hopes for it. Luca is having a pouch, and as we've been working through these old pouches, I've just been throwing them away when he's done, because they've lasted their time, which has been a couple months. But tomorrow my plan is to cook a loaf of bread, so that will be nice and cooked for Grandma Day, which is going to be Wednesday this week instead of Thursday. I think my mom had a doctor's appointment on Thursday, so they're coming a day early, and it works out because I'm not seeing Alicia this week because she has family in town. I'm pretty sure from Ireland, and she's hanging out with them. So my week has been free for my mom to move her day around. So I'm gonna make the bread, and then I'm thinking that on Grandma Day, I'm gonna start doing like a crock pot dinner, so then I don't have to get up and cook while they're here. It'll just already be done. I can like have it ready to go, start around like Luca's first nap, and then it'll just go until dinner time. So I have 1 crock pot recipe this week, which is the crock pot crack chicken, which I need bacon for, and that works out perfect because I have a couple slices of bacon that I just popped in the fridge. Nice. Okay, well, that's exciting. So, but with that, I wanted to make Kevin some rolls, some keto rolls, so he could eat his cracked chicken on that. So I'm gonna make 2 different breads tomorrow, my bread and then Kevin's keto rolls. So those will be done, and I won't have to do anything when the grandmas are here. And then tomorrow I'm also going to make my butterscotch coffee creamer because I had 1 day left, even though I thought it was wrapping up today. Kind of nice that I didn't have to do anything today. It kind of made it for like a relaxed Monday. So I don't know, I really love having like clean floors and like a clean house floor wise on Mondays, but mopping on Saturday night was so nice because I mopped after I put Luca to bed. Though I did wake up to that poop nugget in the middle of the floor, which was rude, whoever dropped that. But I think then, like, Kevin has the possibility of, like, going and mowing the yard on Sunday and then tracking in dirt and stuff. So I think I'm gonna keep my moppings on Monday unless we're having people over like we had on the weekends and the floors just look like they need a mop. Then I'll mop on the weekend, but I'm still trying to like hammer down my weekly checklist and fine tune it to make sure that it's working for what I need, which I haven't had to like move it around too much, so that's exciting. So yeah, I'm just going to probably throw Luca in the bath once he gets done with this pouch. He's gonna go down for an earlier bedtime tonight because he didn't take his second nap, but it's only 5:30. He's only like halfway done with this pouch too. He's just kind of playing with it. It's only 5:30 right now, so we'll see how long he kind of like hangs out in his chair with his pouch. And then, because I usually do his bath around like 6:30, 6:45 when he's taken 2 naps. So maybe at like 6, I'll do his bath if I can get him to just chill in his chair for a little bit. Plus I need to eat dinner. So that's my plans for tomorrow. I want to try to film my bread for TikTok tomorrow, but we'll see how that goes. I want to start posting more on TikTok, which I've said before that I want to do, but I really want to like not make it a priority, but I really want to put out more TikTok content because I really love TikTok and I really hope that it's not going away for by the government. But yep, so that's my plan. And stay tuned to see what I think of dinner. Hopefully it's good. Row, row, row your boat gently downstream. If you see an alligator, don't forget to scream.
So we just put Luca down for the night, and Cappy and I had dinner, which was amazing. We made cabbage, bacon, and beef. What was the cream? Casserole. Anyway, so I had a long day at work, and I love spending time with my wife at the end of the night. My sister, when she came over for Father's Day, made this delicious strawberry cheesecake. I'm not supposed to have cheesecake.
I also don't eat strawberry cheesecake.
Yeah, so 2 no-nos in the house, but whatever. Anyway, we need to get the recipe from her. Or just let her just make it every time she comes over.
Good morning. It is Tuesday morning. Is it Tuesday? It is Tuesday. Luca and I have been up. He's had breakfast. The house has been cleaned up, dishes put away. I haven't had my breakfast yet, but I had my coffee. He's having boob, and then we're gonna play until his first nap. I'm trying something a little bit different today and filming my morning for TikTok. So I may include that video in here so you guys can see a little snippet clip of what I did this morning. But I'm almost wondering if like filming for TikTok and stuff is going to make it easier with my cooking or more difficult. We'll see. So yeah, tonight we're having a tenderloin and keto fried green tomatoes. So I'm excited to see how those go. Love fried green tomatoes when I go out to restaurants and stuff. So I'm hoping that it's going to be like that. We'll see. Kind of funny. I like fried green tomatoes, but I don't like red tomatoes, like on sandwiches and stuff, and like not pizza sauce, but spaghetti sauce. I don't like chunky spaghetti sauce with like tomatoes in it, but I like fried green tomatoes and ranch. So anyhow, we don't have any big plans for today. I've started a loaf of my bread for this week this morning. That was included on my TikTok video. And I'm also going to make a separate TikTok video for the bread making. So if you're interested in that, that'll be up soon. So yeah, we're just chilling around the house today. Grandma Day, I think I mentioned, is a day early this week. So I have a little bit extra cleaning to do today. So yeah. Hello. Let's make a simple yet delicious bread loaf that doesn't take that many ingredients. You're going to take 2 cups of hot water in a small bowl and add 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast, mix it up, and then set it off to the side. In a larger bowl, you're going to add 4 cups of bread flour. Then you're going to grab your salt and add 2 1/4 teaspoons of that. Mix them together and then create a well in the middle. Grab that yeast water and pour it into the center, and then you're going to mix it up until a dough forms and all of it has been incorporated. Grab your extra virgin olive oil and you're just going to do a drizzle along the outside. Now you're going to cover it and place it in a warm place. I like to put mine in the microwave and just barely shut the door. Set a timer for 2 hours. Once the 2 hours is almost up, you're going to set your oven to 425, sprinkle some all-purpose flour out on your countertop, grab your sheet pan with your silicone mat, and grab your dough. Plop it out onto your flour, and then you're just going to knead it. Once it's all kneaded and incorporated, you're going to move it onto your silicone mat and then score it. Pop it in your preheated oven and set a timer for 28 minutes. And then that's it. You've got a beautiful loaf of bread. Transfer it onto a wire rack to cool down, and then just enjoy. All right, I've got our bread in the oven. Luca is getting sleepy, so we may go ahead and put him down for his nap. All right, my bread is out of the oven and cooling now. Luca's down for his first nap. I just had breakfast. I also just reorganized this so it's a little more non-chaotic. I put all my drink things in a glass because they were everywhere. But I'm gonna go jump in the shower while this cools. And then when I get out of the shower, I need to change our sheets. I need to do the dishes and clean up the kitchen. Hopefully Luca will take a long nap. I guess we'll see. shower's done. Our laundry for our room is started. So this week I did bed sheets and the cat's like little piece, this thing, they sleep on it sometimes at night. So I washed that. Their couch is still good. Our comforter was still good. The cat's, the big couch out in the living room is still good. No one really laid on it this like week. So Luca didn't have any of his snacks on it or anything. So it's not all gunked up and gross. So that is still good. Now I am about to just sit down and relax for a little bit until Luca wakes up from his nap. I need to make my coffee creamer actually. Dang. Someone is up from their nap. It wasn't too bad. It was almost 2 hours. I got to sit down for like 20 minutes. So I'm making Luca his pepperoni puffs, heating them up, one for him and one for me. That's what we've been having for lunch the past few days. But I'm thinking that he's almost over them. So we have 6 left. So what I'm gonna do is grab a, let's see, will these fit in here with headroom? Oop, grab too many. Should. I'm gonna grab one of my vacuum seal bags and I'm gonna vacuum seal them and then pop them in the freezer. So then we can pull them out in maybe like 2-ish weeks and he'll like forget about them and then be like, wow, something new and fun and fresh. So I had leftover sauce from making this. So I've just been tossing his and making them really saucy for him because he really loves red sauce. So I've got his here, almost a full one. He can't eat a full one. So I just leave that extra little bite for me. And then I'm gonna put this on his tray so it can start to cool. And then for his side today, we're going to do more melon. I'm sure he's also getting tired of this melon too. He's definitely not the biggest fan of this melon. I need to eat some of it myself. It is very good. I just keep forgetting to eat it, but I don't want it to go bad. So anyhow, cutting this up for him. All right, vacuum seal these down and just write what they are. Oh, it needs to be re-vacuum sealed. It needs to be put in a new bag. Dang it. You can already tell that looks better. Yes. All right. Now they're vacuum sealed. Write what they are on them and then pop them in the freezer. So we're finishing up lunch. And I know I told you guys that my new pots and pans were coming today. Well, then last night, as I was getting ready for bed, I was like, let me see like if they've shipped, what the update is. And it said now they're coming Thursday. So dang it, that's annoying. So not today. I think it's because I ordered something else with them and that item definitely said in the beginning that it was coming on Thursday. So I don't know if I accidentally pressed like save shipping boxes and ship them together. But like the other item is literally this big. So I'm like, why? So anyhow, we'll have to wait till Thursday to check out the pots and pans and I'll get them all washed up and test them out this weekend. Yeah? Who's that? Is that Luca? So I've edited my video that I think I'm gonna post later tonight, which is my bread recipe. So it's the bread that I made today. If you guys are interested in seeing how to make that bread, I did a step-by-step video and gave all the ingredients, all of the measurements, and like baked it essentially for you or with you, however, which way you wanna look at it. So my plan is to possibly start doing that with all of my recipes. So maybe making my TikTok a virtual recipe book. Also, I'm also posting the videos on Instagram too. So if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, they'll be on there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna post the recipe. I guess I'm gonna post the recipe videos on my Cooking with Gab Instagram, not my personal one. So my personal one, I'll probably post like I did the video that you guys already saw that was today. That was my like morning shift of staying at home, being a stay-at-home mom. That one I put on my personal, but I'll probably put all the cooking ones on my cooking TikTok, on my cooking Instagram. I'll figure it out. But anyhow, I really love how the one turned out this morning. So I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed it too. I just cut my bread open because it's completely cooled now. And I'm not usually like a bread butt girl. This bread this week is hitting different. And they're so good. Look at this baby. Delicious. I'm thinking I'm going to bake with you guys for this recipe and we'll see how it goes. So I've made my coffee creamer over on TikTok and I made my bread over on TikTok. Neither of them have been posted yet, but they will be eventually. Tomorrow you can see what I think of the coffee creamer, but I'm gonna make fathead rolls, which I've never made before. These are gonna go with tomorrow's dinner, which is going to be the cracked chicken. So these are keto rolls. This makes 4 rolls, so 8 pieces, because it like you bake the top and the bottom separately. I guess maybe they're like hard to cut. I don't know. So anyhow, let's knock this out so I can be done baking. Oh, I am not done baking for the day. I still have to make dinner. Oh, kidding. It's fine. It's fine. So anyhow, I need to grab almond flour, baking powder, garlic powder, and then I'll have everything that I need here out on the counter and we can try to knock this out. All right, I've got all this stuff here now, so let's try to knock this out. I got my oven preheated to 425. I'm gonna add cream cheese and mozzarella. I think I have 2 ounces of cream cheese. I should, yeah. Here. All right, so this says we're gonna add our cream cheese and our mozzarella. It says in a small bowl, so let me grab that back out and put it in a different bowl that I have over here. Boop. Fixed it. 3/4 of a cup. So here we go. Okay. 4/4 of a cup of mozzarella. These boob pads, man, they work great. Keeping your cheese from getting all gross, condensation-y. Okay, so it says microwave on high, 20 seconds at a time until melted. But I feel like I should have my other ingredients put together so then my cheese isn't re-hardening once it comes out. So let's work on this one. So this is add dry ingredients. Oh, whisk an egg. Okay. Got an egg. And then we need to whisk it. She's been whisked. Do you guys want to see what I'm doing? Okay. So egg has been whisked. So now we're gonna add our dry ingredients. So Garlic powder, 1/4 of a teaspoon. I have an 1/8 measuring thing, so I'll do 2 of those. Then a 1/3 cup of almond flour. And then baking powder is 2 teaspoons. So 1, 2. I don't know when I'm supposed to add the other cheese. So hold on, let me look really quick. Oh, stir in cheddar cheese. So after this. All right, so let's mix this. So this creates like our dough base. Okay, so all that's been incorporated. So now I'm going to go ahead and melt the cream cheese and the mozzarella cheese, and then once that's melted, we'll add it in. All right, so our mozzarella and our cream cheese has been melted. So now we're going to add this ball in. And I hope that it mixes together, because we've had an issue before with this kind of stuff not wanting to incorporate. So it says dough will be sticky. I can tell. But it looks like it pretty much incorporated, so that's good. All right, so now it says add in 1/2 cup of shredded cheddar. So got my 1/2 cup measuring here. 1/2 cup shredded cheddar. Okay. Now it says fold that in. So the dough is doughing. This looks good. So it says spoon dough into plastic wrap and then dust the top with almond flour. So let me grab some plastic wrap. So plastic wrap is down. We're going to spoon this into the middle of it. Plop. Make sure we get all of it out, because it's not that much. So I don't want any of it to go to waste. Oh, look at that, my oven's preheated. All right. Then it says dust with almond flour. I hear ya. So, okay, I'm gonna use this. Dust ya. Like, how much is it dusting? I guess that's good. All right, so we dusted it with almond flour. Now what? Fold the plastic wrap over the dough and gently start working it into a ball. Okay, well, it's kind of already in a ball. But, okay, it's a ball. Cover and refrigerate for 30 minutes. All right, well, plop this in the refrigerator now. So I'm guessing that after it comes out, you're gonna cut the dough ball into 4 and then roll each section into a ball, then cut the ball into a half, and this is your top and bottom bun. Then sit cut side down on the parchment paper and then bake 10 to 12 minutes. So let's see. So at 3:30, we'll grab it out and do the rest of it. I'm guessing that letting it sit in the fridge is supposed to get it less sticky. hopefully, because it's very, very sticky right now. So, all right, so it's been 30 minutes. So we're gonna get our dough out. I'm gonna get my bread cutter out and use that, I think. So it says, cut this dough into 4. So down the center, down the center. So then these are our 4 rolls. Now these have to be rolled into balls and then cut in half again. These are still very sticky. Like, that is the tiniest fucking bun. Like, am I supposed to... How flat are these supposed to be? These are gonna be like sliders. Can't really tell in the photo how big these actually are. So I'm gonna go ahead and pre-flatten them out into bread balls, patty things, I guess. Will probably be good. Every keto bread that I've made for Kevin, he loves, so I don't think there will be an issue with him thinking it's gross. But I do have to say, thank God for these silicone mats, because this would be an absolute mess if I was trying to do it on parchment paper, I think. These things are a lifesaver. All right, last one. Very interested to see how these cook up and end up like. Still incredibly sticky, so I'm not really sure what refrigerating the dough quite did. And some of these are bigger than the other. Don't know how that happened. Good Lord. All right, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Here we go. I also went ahead and got all of my stuff that I need to do the fried green tomatoes with. This is 3. I only got 2. I don't know why I only got 2. I don't know if 3 was originally on my list, but I also am not making the sauce. We're just gonna dip them in ranch. So a little easier on myself. But these are the, like, I almost said flavors, the spices. So oregano, basil, parsley, and garlic, and then almond flour, pork rinds, and Parmesan cheese. Essentially, you're just gonna mix all that in a bowl together and then do the 2 eggs beaten in another bowl, dredge the tomatoes, and then put them in the spices. Can't brain. And then we're gonna fry them. I'm very into frying right now. I don't mean to be. I would love if I could just oven bake them, but frying is very much quicker. The rolls have about another 5 minutes. They are puffing up a little bit. They kind of remind me of the cheese rolls that I made, except these are a little different of a base. Actually, they kind of remind me of little tiny, the way that they're looking, like the way that they're baking, they remind me of little tiny like pizzas, because they look like the pizza base that I make. But once the rolls come out and they cool, I'm gonna go ahead and put in the tenderloin, because Kevin yesterday left work at 5. I'm pretty sure he left work at 5. And then somehow got here still relatively late. So I know that he's not gonna be here at 5 to eat, and we typically eat around 5. And the tenderloins, these pre-seasoned tenderloins in general, for some reason, never bake as quick as they say they're going to bake. So like this one says it takes 45 minutes to bake, but maybe sometimes it takes an hour and a half. I don't know. It just like never gets up to temp. So it's annoying. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop it in and get it going. So then that way, at least the meat is done. And then the fried green tomatoes really seem relatively easy. And then dinner will be done. And I'm not sure. I don't think Luca is gonna eat tenderloin. He's probably gonna love the fried green tomatoes though. Let's take a look at our tomatoes. Hopefully they're still good. Oh yeah, they look nice and hard still. I didn't realize that green tomatoes are just unripe red tomatoes. So, got 2 of these bad boys. All right, here's what these cheese buns are looking like. They are most definitely not like the photo. They are flat, and I don't know if that's because I flattened them out. Maybe I wasn't supposed to, but if I didn't flatten them out, they would have literally been like this big and then tall. So you wouldn't have been able to put like any chicken on it. So I don't know. We'll see. They smell just like the pizza base, so I'm sure Kevin's gonna absolutely love these. I'm gonna go ahead and move them over to the cooling tray, and then I'm going to take a photo of them and then start on the fried green tomatoes. I just put the tenderloin in the oven, so we'll see how long that takes. All right, they are breaded. I've got my avocado oil in here heating up. It said to very, very, very lightly bread them, to not press it down into the breading, so we'll see. I really like a good crispy one. I don't know if this is gonna cure my hankering for them, but we'll see. I do love how quick frying, like pan frying is. It just still makes me nervous. I don't know why. So anyhow, I think they turned out good. I'm gonna let them cool and then we will see. But I don't know, pretty impressed. I'm always impressing myself. I think Kevin's trying to be sneaky because I texted him earlier today and he never texted me back. So I was like, let me see where he's at, because he's been moving around the little area that he's been working. He has like 3 or 4 plants that he jumps around to down there. So I was like, let me see if he's left the plant that he was at earlier. And when I checked, he's like 25 minutes from the house and it looks like he's headed this way. So I'm like, is he trying to surprise me? By like getting home at a decent time? What? That'd be wild. So anyhow, our tenderloin still looking like it's not fully cooked. But I do need to meat thermometer it here in I think like 10 or 15 minutes. So that'd be nice if it was done. But I'm not putting all my eggs in a basket with that one. This smells good. So hopefully Kevin likes them. They're cooled. So I'm gonna see what, I lose this thing constantly. It's the little lock for our cabinet doors. But let's see what container we have to put them in, or if I just want to throw them in a, I just throw them in a Ziploc. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Kevin's close, but not as close as I thought he was. So, but he is headed this way. So that's exciting because Luca's bedtime is a little bit bumped forward because he didn't take his second nap. Not too forward, but I'd say like 30-ish minutes forward. But that means that Kevin will get to hang out with us and do bath time, which as last night, we already had bath time, already had eaten, and we were just waiting on Kevin to kind of come hang out with us for a couple minutes before we put Lou to bed last night because that's how late he was. So, Luca's just been so chill this afternoon. Such a good boy. Try fried green tomatoes. They're good, but they're still a little too crispy for my liking.
I like fried green tomatoes.
I do too, but I like them when they're not as hard. But I don't know if to get it like that, I
Like
need
a
to cook
squash
it longer.
consistency? Like how like yellow squash or zucchini is? Kind of a softer.
Yeah, but I felt like if I left them in the oil longer, that they would have just gotten like burnt.
Hey buddy, what do you think?
Not bad, the flavor's there.
What do you think? Are you eating them? Oh, I'm eating the pork.
Yeah, he's eating the tenderloin. Good job, bud. Good morning. What the fuck? This is my coffee creamer that I made yesterday. Why is it solid? You guys, what is happening? Oh no. Did I make butter? Am I gonna have to like scoop it? There's a hard part on top. Update. Oh no. That doesn't seem good. I'm so confused because now it's like chunky. It's very chunky, but I really am wondering if that's the butter. It looks about to be worth a cup of butter. Ooh, I think it is. Because I put it in there and it's doing that oily thing on top of my coffee. Okay, I don't want any more chunks, so I'm having to like strain it. Okay. Well, is this one a hit with the chunk of the butter on top? I don't know, maybe. I mean, I definitely cooked it long enough because the butter was melted when it was on the stove. So like, why did the butter recongeal once I put it in the fridge? Like it separated and everything. I'm very confused. All right, here we go. It's good. Is it giving butterscotch? No. It's giving, doesn't even smell strongly of anything. It's giving the same coffee creamer I make over and over again, which is just wild. It's delicious, but just tastes like brown sugar coffee creamer, honestly. And I'm wondering if it's like missing the butter aspect, but can you see the like oil from the butter sitting on top? So I'm not really sure. Like it is delicious, but maybe I didn't cook it long enough on the stove, or like maybe I didn't let it cool down quick enough before I put it in the fridge. It still was a tad warm when I put it in the fridge, and maybe that was my fault. So unsure what I'm gonna do with all this butter chunks that's in my coffee now. I just scooped some out and popped it in my coffee and like melted it because I want it in the flavor. So can you hear him singing Farmer in the Dell? I love that he loves so many songs. I'm gonna go drink my butter coffee. Is that why it's called butterscotch? I said that and it just like, interesting. All right, finally got around to time-lapsing me finishing up all the recipes. So I laminated them today and pulled recipes from the back of the book that I needed to add. So like I pulled my lasagna noodles recipe because I'm going to try to kind of make like lasagna noodle strips. We'll see how it goes. And I'm gonna make them with meatballs. So this is for this upcoming week. I feel a little bit behind because it's Wednesday and I'm just doing this. I usually do this on Tuesday, but last night I was not up to doing it. So I'm waiting for this to heat up because I had to print off one more recipe to go with a main that I had that I needed a side for. So just my roasted broccoli recipe, which I need to center this in here because it is wonky. There we go. So once the laminator heats back up, I will get that put in, and then that is gonna go with my barbecue chicken that I'm gonna make. So I've gotten my shower and I am just waiting on the grandmas to arrive. We'll see how long Luca naps for. I put him down at 10:30 because he was showing signs of sleepiness, even though his app said like 11. And then he actually fell asleep at 11. So he's pretty on par with what the app is suggesting for his sleep. But the app thinks that he will sleep from like 11 to like 1, which he definitely doesn't. He sleeps about like an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and 45 minutes max. I don't think he slept really longer than that in a really long time. So I wish some days he would take a long nap, but I guess with him sleeping solid through the night now, he doesn't need long daytime naps, so it makes sense. So anyhow, I'm gonna do sandwiches. Not sure when we're gonna watch Bridgerton today because we usually watch it during his second nap and he's gonna be awake today. But I do have some fun things coming up this weekend to take you guys along with, so look forward to that. I feel like today's Thursday because that's when the grandmas usually come. Well, the grandmas just left. I just took out the cracked chicken from the crock pot. I thought it was way cooler than it is. But I just had mine on some of the bread that I baked, and y'all, I don't know, this last bread loaf that I made, it was so good. Like, better than the previous time that I made it, and I was kind of like unsure about how I felt about it. What are you doing? All right, ready? Go! You say, yay! Did just gonna leave? Okay. I won my prize. Oh, excuse me, pardon me. Sorry. I forgot that I already tried this for you guys. Here I am setting up my camera so I can try this for you, thinking I have a new coffee creamer. I've lost my mind, it's fine. I'm like, did the chunks dissolve? Negative. Anyhow, it is Thursday. It's Thursday, and I don't have much going on today because my family came yesterday. So, today is gonna be kind of more on the chill, relaxed side. That is most definitely butter. My pots and pans come today, so I'm excited about getting those opened and checked out and see how I like those. Start using them maybe this weekend. Exciting. Tonight for dinner, I am making keto jambalaya, which he loves the Farmer and the Devil all of a sudden. This song in the beginning, she lets out like a sigh. She goes, ah, and he goes running towards TV and he's like, ah. Like, it's so crazy how he like picks up on certain things in a song and then he'll just repeat it, but he'll repeat it like right on time. Yeah, today, I don't think I'm doing much. Let me check. I need to finalize my grocery list. Last night I made my master list after I did my recipes, and our master list is looking small. So that's exciting because we won't have to do a big grocery shop. I've got 2 meals left for this week that should carry us into the weekend. So I have chicken and dumplings, and I have hamburger green bean casserole. I'm not sure which one I want to make. Tomorrow night. I don't have a big list for the produce guy this week. I still need to go see him, but I think I'm only picking up like 4 bell peppers, an onion. I may not even need an onion. Do I still have 2 onions in here? Oh my god, I have 3 onions in here. Yeah, I don't need to, so I just need bell peppers. Woohoo. Yeah, I don't really know, other than me making jambalaya tonight, what else I'm gonna film today. Other than an overview of my pots and pans when they come. So yeah, I'm gonna fix him breakfast, and then we're just gonna chug through the day. My new septum piece came, so that's exciting. It's like white opal, and it's like a snugger one, so I'm happy about how that fits. That's what I was thinking in my brain. Now I think I broke my pop socket, so I can't even get it off my phone right now. What happened was I went outside to get the Amazon packages from the front. Luca's down for a second nap because he didn't take a good first nap and he was showing signs of being tired. So I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and lay you down. If you want to take a nap, you can. If you want to just have quiet time, you can. See how it goes. Anyhow, he fell asleep. So I go to the front to grab the packages real quick. And when I come back, well, when I went to the front to grab them, I noticed that the Amazon person had put them in an ant pile. So I was like, crap, I'm gonna have to open these on the front porch and not bring them in the house. Plus I want to start opening our packages on the front porch, especially if they have to sit out on our driveway for a little bit of time because of the bugs that can crawl in the box. So anyhow, I go to set up my phone so I can film myself opening them. And when I did, I took my pop socket off because I have to take my pop socket off to put it in the phone holder. And I put my pop socket down on a metal table. Well, I film everything and then I go to grab my pop socket and it is stuck to the metal table. And I'm like, oh no. So I went like this and like grabbed the round pop socket piece that's on the back and it just yanked right off. So at first I was like, oh, it probably just like screws back on. But like, because the table had such a hold on my pop socket, it like pulled the plastic piece off of the round piece that it like seats to, and the hole is small and the piece that it seats to is big, and that's how it stays in there. And now I can't get that piece back through the hole because the hole is small, but it easily was able to be ripped out. So now I just have a pop socket like piece, but no pop socket to hold. So that's annoying. Probably gonna have to order a new pop socket, which sucks because they're so dang expensive. But my new dishes are washed and they're drying now, so I can use them tonight for dinner for the jambalaya. So at least that part's exciting. I'm gonna start importing my videos to my iPad now, so hopefully tonight it doesn't take an hour to do so. And I don't even know what time it is, but it's 3:40. I'll need to start dinner probably soonish. All right, y'all, I'm about to start dinner, but I don't think I'm gonna film it. I'm talking to my neighbor currently on Facebook Messenger, so I need my phone. But I just realized that the pots and pans that I ordered are the same color as my wall. All right, so while I was making this, I was like, there is no way that this is gonna taste like Disney's jambalaya, which is my favorite jambalaya. New Orleans, New Orleans. The hotel resort. I don't know what's going on with my hair. I'm washing it tomorrow, don't worry. Anyhow, it's pretty good. So theirs obviously is rice based. This is cauliflower rice. So it's not the same, but it's pretty close. Mine is just more juicier, like watery. And I'm not sure if it's because of the cauliflower it's more watery or what. But love my pots. I made Luca grilled cheese because he refused to eat lunch today. So I knew I wanted him to eat something that was like a favorite meal of his that he would eat. So I fixed him grilled cheese, some salami, and some oranges, but he's yet to touch the oranges. They're really sweet, but he won't try them.